Hello from San Antonio, this is SIREN TaRoT. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. How does he or she see you? This reading is timeless, and for this reading there are 5 different options. Crystal 1, Crystal 2, Crystal 3, Cuatro, option 4, and Cinco, option 5. As always, timestamps will be provided. Don't overthink it. Just think of your person of interest. Take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first crystal, here is your reading. I got these evil eye stones at Etsy, not a paid sponsorship. Thank you for Kelly's Crystals. Hi friends, thank you so much for your order. Kelly's Crystals is a family-owned shop and we are so grateful you chose us. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to watch our mom do funny dances with crystals. Enjoy with love, Rachel, Jess, and Mom. I think it's really important to support small businesses at this time. At any time, but especially now, the world being what it is, it's really important to support small businesses. How does he or she see you? Do a good hard shuffle. Uno más. Princesa de Bastos, Princess or Page of Wands. Cinco de Oros, 5 of Pentacles. El Loco, the Fool. Seven of Cups, Siete de Copas. Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros. Queen of Pentacles, Reina de Oros. Reina de Espadas, Queen of Swords. Cinco de Bastos, 5 of Wands. Caballo de Bastos, Knight of Wands. Okay, this person sees you as someone who is powerful. You're elevated somehow. You could be in some kind of position of power. Maybe you're an influencer. Maybe you have a big following on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You get a lot of attention. This person feels like you have a lot of strong masculine energy. So what does that mean to have a lot of masculine energy? Well, it means that you're purposeful, you're energetic. You kick some ass. You know who you are. You don't apologize for who you are. You have total confidence. You basically get shit done. Powerful. You can be blunt with your delivery of the truth. You're not afraid to express your opinions, even if they are controversial. You don't subscribe to groupthink. You are an independent thinker. You are wildly creative. So you could be creating a lot of content. You could be an artist. You could be a writer. You could be a musician. There is intimidation here. This person's intimidated by you. They feel like you've got a lot more going on than they do. You're a lot more energetic than they are. You could have a better job than this person. You could make more money than this person. I feel like if you chose one, you probably have multiple streams of income. You could have a main job and some side hustles. Maybe you sell on Etsy, eBay. You have a pop-up shop, something like that. And they feel like they are just one of your many admirers. You get a lot of attention, and it's mostly favorable. But when you're this powerful, when you're this sure of yourself, of course, you're going to piss some people off. There are going to be people that envy you. People, if you're a woman especially, people are going to resent you for being sure of who you are and not backing down. Freely expressing your opinions and sometimes being blunt with your delivery of the truth. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get hate. There's going to be envy. Okay. You go where angels fear to tread. This person really admires your courage, your individuality, your wild self-expression. I can hear them saying, I get exhausted just looking at you. You are extremely energetic. If you chose one, you could have Sun in Aries, Mercury in Pisces, Gemini rising, Moon in Taurus. That's just one possibility of many. And I'm hearing a Jimi Hendrix song. Not one of my favorites, but Jimi Hendrix, Sagittarius. Let me stand close to your fire. It's not a song that I listen to. I haven't heard it in years, but yeah, let me stand close to your fire. Maybe this person doesn't have a lot of fire in their chart. Maybe they don't have a lot of confidence. And they admire in you what they don't have in themselves, is what I'm getting. 4-1. Okay, the astro die. Got the sun signs. We've got the numbers. Luminaries, planets. Okay. Oh, looking at the stove clock, it's 2:12. Okay, we have 9, Venus and Taurus in the 9th house. That is the house of Sagittarius. You could be somehow exotic to this person. Perhaps you're not their usual type. Perhaps you and this person are different ethnicities. You come from different countries, different cultures, and they're fascinated. One is Leo. 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. 6 is Venus. Yeah, you're attractive, but not just to this person. You're attractive to a lot of people. You probably have universal appeal. 7 is the dominant number, making Pisces the dominant energy. So you have this glamour. The camera loves you. Photogenic. You look really good on camera. Oops. Glenn Fry. He was an eagle. Glenn Fry. Oh, Tori. Tori spelling is a Taurus. Yeah, you give strong queen vibes. We don't have two E's, but queen. Okay. I would say you have this quiet confidence, but I feel like most of you who chose one, there's nothing quiet about you. You're pretty flamboyant. You're pretty out there. You're pretty extroverted. We don't have all the letters, but Orion, Ryan, Rick, Ricky, Rachel, Rudy. Maybe you read the runes. My husband has a rune channel. He's a Leo. Runecast. We've done numerous collabs at my second tarot channel, Two Cups Too Many Tarot. Tuning a guitar. I couldn't find my tuner last night, so my husband couldn't help me tune the guitar. Tiffany. Yeah, I'm seeing Tiffany. Okay, I'll stop there. Yeah, that's what I see for one. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. I do this full time. You don't have to send me an email asking me if I'm available. I'm always available. I do this full time. All the information is in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose the second crystal, here is your reading. Starting with this, not a paid sponsorship, but I feel like it's important to promote small businesses. I got these at Etsy. Thank you for Kelly's Crystals. Hi friends, thank you so much for your order. Kelly's Crystals is a family-owned shop and we are so grateful you chose us. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to watch our mom do funny dances with crystals. Enjoy with love. Rachel, Jess, and Mom. Yeah. It's always important to support small businesses, local businesses, but especially when you're going through the times that we're going through. In the United States, 2025. It's pretty dark, pretty bleak. Okay, how does he or she see you? Principe de Bastos, Prince or Page of Wands. State of the Copas, Seven of Cups. As de Copas, Ace of Cups. High Priestess. Nine of Wands. Nueve de Bastos. Eight of Cups. Ocho de Copas. Cuatro de Espadas. Four of Swords. Justicia. Justice. As de Copas, Ace of Cups again. It looks like you have been a kind of catalyst in this person's life. Perhaps before meeting you, this person was an agnostic, an atheist. They were materialistic, not spiritual at all. Maybe they had a lot of baggage and bitterness because they were raised in a strict religion and they just totally turned their back on all things spiritual or religious. But you have helped this person immensely with your gifts. Maybe you're a healer. Maybe you do Reiki. Maybe you read tarot. But you've helped this person see the world in a whole new way. and they really appreciate that. You are the kindest, most compassionate person they've ever known. You raise the frequency of a place just by being in the place, your presence. You just emanate wisdom and true beauty. You're not judgmental. You've done a lot of work on yourself, so you heal other people because you've healed yourself. Maybe you experienced a lot of trauma when you were younger and you figured out how to heal and how to transcend. So probably a lot of you who chose to, you're some kind of light worker. You just have this beautiful, spiritually healthy energy. You're really in touch with yourself. You have self-awareness. You're very aware of how you treat other people. You're very aware of the energy you allow in and the energy you send out. You're very clean with your energy. You probably meditate on a regular basis. And so this person sees you as inspiring. They want to be more like you. This person could be struggling with an addiction, and they admire how you aren't addicted to anything. Your energy is just so clean. You could be in contrast with this person. They feel like they have a lot to learn from you. They may see you as the great teacher of their life. And some, they could feel like you were together in a previous incarnation. Maybe after meeting you, they were inspired to go down the rabbit holes and just binge watch NDE videos on twin flames, soulmates, tarot readings. And that was never who they were before. You changed this person is what I'm getting for two. And they sense that they have just scratched the surface with you. They feel like you contain multitudes. You have these depths. They're fascinated. They want to spend more time with you. They want to just soak up your knowledge. So this is not especially sexual. This is more a spiritual connection. This is not really about lust. Oh, they love the way you look in those yoga pants, or you're just really rocking the hell out of that Victoria's Secret plunge bra or whatever. It's not about lust. This is a deeply, it could be romantic, but it's a deep spiritual connection is what I'm getting for two. So if you chose to, you could have Sun in Cancer, Aquarius rising, Moon in Cancer. Of course, that's just one possibility of many. Now the astro die. Looking at the stove clock, it's 2:22. You got an angel number, make a wish. That's 6, Venus. North Node. Yeah, you are living your purpose. Your North Node has definitely been activated. North Node in Pisces in the first house. Maybe you know exactly what your mission is. You're in close contact with spirit guides and you know what you're here to do. And you're living your purpose. Three is Sagittarius, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 8 is Capricorn, another 5, 10 is 1, that's Leo. So 4 is the number making Aquarius the dominant energy. Yeah, you're advanced. Maybe you're one of the light bearers of the age of Aquarius. You're ushering in this new age, this paradigm shift, and you're a leader. People are learning from you. Not just this person, but a lot of people are learning from you. You could have a book or books at Amazon, perhaps. Riri. Okay. I'm seeing Trinity. I'm seeing Trina. Rita. Tear. Yeah, you could have a Patreon with tears. ER, you could work in the medical industry. You could be a nurse, doctor. Rennie. Okay. Trent, Trina, Katrina, Nita. You could read the runes. And you probably are quiet. You're probably an introvert if you chose to. Okay, yeah, that's what I see for 2. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. I do this full time. I am always available for private readings. All the info is in every box. Please don't send email just to send email. What are your prices? Are you available? It's all crystal clear. It's all laid out to the last detail in every description box. So save us all some time. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And if you chose Crystal 3, here is your reading. So before I get into the reading, not a paid sponsorship, but I feel like it's important to promote small businesses, shop from small businesses. I bought these evil eye stones at Etsy. Super fast ship. A thank you for Kelly's Crystals. Hi friends, thank you so much for your order. Kelly's Crystals is a family-owned shop and we are so grateful you chose us. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to watch our mom do funny dances with crystals. Enjoy with love. Rachel, Jess, and Mom. Cuatro de Oros, 4 of Pentacles. Dos de Bastos, 2 of Wands. Cuatro de Espadas, 4 of Swords. Page of Swords, Ocho de Espadas. The Tower, La Torre. The World, El Mundo, the Fixed Modality, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus. Sota de Espadas, Page of Swords. Nueve de Espadas, 9 of Swords. And the Empress, Venus. Okay, this person definitely does not really know you. Sometimes when I'm doing these readings, I see history, I see a lot of knowledge, a lot of familiarity, a relationship, but this is very much the energy of someone who has no idea who you are. So they could totally be basing their perception of you on social media. They know what they see on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter X or whatever the latest, whatever. It's so saturated, there's so much. But yeah, whatever you put online, that's what they know of you. And they're interested, but they're also scared. You scare this person. I was going to do an all signs reading for my second tarot channel later. Who scares you and why? But the algorithm would not favor that. Everyone wants to know, what are their true feelings? What are their current feelings? That's what the algorithm favors. So you scare this person. You intimidate this person. They see you as extreme in some way. And again, this person doesn't really know you, so this is just based on whatever you're putting online, I would say. Or could be an IRL, in real life acquaintance, but I don't get the sense this person really has a grasp on who you are. So they see you as someone who comes from wealth. They see you as someone who comes from privilege. They may feel like there's a stark divide, like there's them just living their basic life, eating mac and cheese from the box, living in a small apartment or a tiny house or a trailer or in someone's basement or someone's guest room or something. And then there's you. You're just the queen or king of the world. You have 2 or 3 houses, 2 or 3 cars. You take a lot of vacations. Maybe you splash your stuff all over Instagram. Here I am in Paris. I'm eating this really special croissant, drinking this really special cappuccino or whatever. Here I am. I'm in Italy doing this thing. Oh, here I am at Burning Man. They see you as someone who is worldly and well-traveled, and you're just living your best life right now. So there could be some envy. Envy, jealousy, fear, projection. They could be, I don't know, sitting on their futon or sitting on a cardboard box, sitting on whatever they're sitting on, and they're scrolling on their phone. And they see you and you're at some big deal event in Paris or Rome or Dubai or Berlin, and they're saying, must be nice. Must be nice. I'm lucky if I can afford a taco. So this person's struggling. I see them pitying themselves. I see them pitting themselves against you, and they feel like they've lost that fight before they even started fighting. So they're David, you're Goliath. You're a big deal, and they're a peasant. So there could be a stark class division here. Or just you have a lot of money and they don't. And they're scared. Maybe they're scared of falling for you. Or they see you as a dangerous temptation. So they're very attracted to you, but clearly you're taken. You're in a relationship. And you're in a big deal relationship. Maybe you're in a status quo kind of marriage, where everything seems perfect. It looks perfect on social media. And they're thinking, I don't have a snowball's chance in hell. So yeah, there's attraction. They're attracted to you. But also I can see this person thinking that you are way the hell out of their league. You always look perfect. You always look well put together, like a model, like a celebrity, an actress. So if you chose 3, you probably have a really prominent Venus and Jupiter. You could have Venus conjunct Jupiter in Taurus, Venus conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius, something like that. You could have Sun in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, Libra rising, because there's such an emphasis on Venus. And then you could have Moon in Aquarius. You seem chilly. You seem untouchable. No one can reach you. You have a security team. Something like that. Okay. The Astro die. Okay, Sun in Scorpio in the 6th house. Perhaps this person who's watching you has Sun in Scorpio in the 6th house. That's the house of Virgo. But I'm not really getting Scorpio vibes for those who chose this pile. Although when you have a lot of Scorpio energy in your chart. It can be anything. It can be Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars. When you have Scorpio, or when you have a packed 8th house, you're going to have more enemies than the natural. You're going to have more enemies than the average person. That's just part of the Scorpio territory. You attract enemies. Okay. Because your energy is very intense and your light shines very brightly. You have this charisma, this natural charisma. Four is Aquarius, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 9 is Aries, 1 is Leo. You get a lot of attention. I feel like you could have a really big deal platform, like 100,000 subscribers at YouTube, something like that. 6, Venus. So, yeah, 10 is the number making Leo the dominant energy. You could have really amazing hair. You could do shampoo commercials, or you go into the salon and people are just complimenting the hell out of you because you have this Leo hair, this Leo mane. How the hell can I make a name out of that? You just don't quit. You're not a quitter. You're indefatigable. You're inexhaustible. You just go, go, go. You do not quit. You are quite precise with the language. You're very eloquent, articulate. You are excellent at communicating. Teresa, Terry, Tori. Yeah, we got Tori. Tori's spelling is Taurus. Her baby daddy, her ex, Dean, is a Scorpio. That will suffice. That is what I see for 3. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. I do this full time. I'm always available for private readings. You don't need to email me and ask me if I'm available or what my prices are. I'm always available. I do this full time. The prices are in every description box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 4, Quattro, here is your reading. Before I get to the reading, this is not a paid sponsorship, but I feel like it's important to promote small businesses. I got these evil eye stones at Etsy. Super fast ship. A thank you for Kelly's Crystals. Hi friends, thank you so much for your order. Kelly's Crystals is a family-owned shop, and we are so grateful you chose us. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to watch our mom do funny dances with crystals. Enjoy with love. Rachel, Jess, and Mom. And I found this really cool place, Crescent Moon in San Antonio. I got this bracelet, Crescent Moon. My hairdresser, my hairstylist at Fantastic Sam's told me about it, and we checked it out and spent way too much money. I would love to start selling there, but there's a 6-month waiting list apparently. Okay. How does your person of interest see you? Uno más. Reina de Copas, Queen of Cups, Principe de Oros, Prince or Page of Pentacles, Princess de Oros, Princess or Page of Pentacles. Yeah, that's just, I think it's weird. I think it's unnecessary how they do that in some decks. This is not my favorite deck. I like the Spanish language I like the illustrations, but a Prince of Pentacles and a Princess of Pentacles, that just seems totally unnecessary. Oh, these cards were on the other deck, so this could be significant. These are cards that are in the wrong place. I'll go ahead and use these. Dos de Bastos, Two of Wands, Cuatro de Oros, Four of Pentacles, and Cuatro de Espadas, Four of Swords. So you get extra cards, pile 4. So to have the prince and the princess like that, it could be that there's something to do with children here. And I'll get to it when all the cards are down. Okay. 7 of Swords, Siete de Espadas. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. And the 6 of Pentacles, Seis de Oros. Maybe you work in childcare, or maybe you're a parent. They see you as a really good parent. You're really good with kids. La Templanza, Temperance. Knave of Pentacles, here we go again. So to date worlds. Page of Pentacles. What is up with that? Maybe to cope is 9 of Cups. Okay, I'll read it like this. You could read it in a variety of ways, obviously. That's what's so fun about tarot. There's not just one rigid way to read. You can pick 20 different readers and get something totally different from just these cards. And that's how it should be. We're not following a script. It's not formulaic, or it shouldn't be, because what's the fun in that? Okay. This person sees you as potentially a great parent. You're someone they can see themselves having kids with, having a large family with. Some of you who chose 4, you are already in a relationship with this person. You're living together, you're engaged, you're married, you're already in an established relationship with your person of interest. Or there's the potential. There's the potential here for a lifelong committed relationship with kids. Maybe you're both single parents, and if you were to get together and get married, it would be a blended family, like the Brady Bunch. This person feels like they can trust you. They feel like you aren't duplicitous. With you, what you see is what you get. So you don't put on airs, you're not pretentious, you're not duplicitous, you're not a liar, you're honest. Some would say honest to a fault, but I don't subscribe to that. There's absolutely no fault in honesty. You can be careful with how you present the truth. You can be sweet in your delivery, but I'm all about just being blunt. That's just how I roll. But yeah, you're a truth teller. And you're very sure of who you are. You have this stability. You have this quiet confidence. You don't hide behind other people. It's like I was saying for another pile, you don't subscribe to groupthink. You're definitely not AI. You're a real flesh and blood person with your own thoughts, your own opinions, your own mind. You're an individual. That is more valuable than ever. The climate we currently live in is so important to be an individual. And I keep saying this again and again in client readings at Patreon. Create more than you consume. We're not here to be ciphers. We're not here to be matrix minions. And most of you who chose 4, you are not that. You're definitely not enslaved by the matrix. You're going to go your own way. You're going to rock out with your metaphorical or literal cock out. You're not here to court popular opinion. You're not here to be a conformist. And this person admires that. Perhaps they are a matrix minion and they're just going from point A to point B, taking the safest route so they don't get too much attention and they don't cause any controversy. They're just going along with the program, and you're fighting that. You're a rebel, and they admire that. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you can be a parent and also be a rebel and also be a troublemaker. Aaron Brockovich comes to mind. So I see you being a champion for the underdog. Perhaps you're an attorney. Pro bono, public defender. Yeah, you're a champion for the underdog. You protest things that need to be protested. Very strong opinions. And you take care of yourself. When you're done with a person or a situation, you're like, okay, next. Kitchen's closed. I'm not putting any more energy in that direction because it's just not going anywhere. So you're very smart with your energy. You're very clean with your boundaries. You don't allow disrespect. You have zero tolerance for mind games and lies, and you will call people out on their lies. Maybe you've caught this person in some lies and you've held a mirror up to their face. This is who you are, and this is what you're doing to people, and you need to stop because you're living a really karmically messy life, and that needs to stop. Yeah, I feel like that's weird, but I'm feeling like for 4, you've called this person out on some shit, and they admire that. They respect you for not kissing their ass. Maybe a lot of people kiss their ass. Maybe they're very genetically blessed. They're better looking than average, and they've always been favored and coddled and pampered, and you don't play that game, okay? You're not here to kiss this person's ass, and they love it. You challenge this person. So if you chose 4, you could have Sun in Scorpio, Leo rising, Moon in Sagittarius. That's just one possibility of many. I feel like you have a really strong, robust Mercury. So if you have Sun in Scorpio, you could have Mercury in Libra. Mercury does very well in Libra. Or you could have Mercury in Virgo if you have Sun in Libra, Sun in Virgo, Sun in Leo. Mercury's always in the same sign as your Sun or the sign before or after. I have one of the worst Mercuries you can have, Mercury in Pisces. And it tightly squares Saturn and Gemini in the 10th. So how am I even speaking at all? I shouldn't be speaking at all, but here I am. Okay, the astro die. Okay, we've got Neptune, speaking of Pisces. Neptune in Aries in the 10th. That's the house of Capricorn. Let me just say, like I've said before, I cannot wait until Neptune and Saturn are firmly in Aries. Because Neptune and Saturn being in Pisces, a lot of spells have been created, and I'm ready for those spells to be broken. No more delusion, clear thinking, clear communication. I'm here for it. Six is Venus, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 11, 2, Cancer, another 5, so 10, that's 1, Leo. Okay, so 7 is the number making Pisces, Neptune, the dominant energy. I am not getting Pisces vibes for those who chose 4. I feel like you're a lot more direct and transparent than a Pisces. Every sign has its high and low vibration, but I'm not getting Pisces vibes for 4. This person could have some Pisces in their chart. Yeah, they could have a lot of stuff in Pisces. And they wish that they could be more direct. They wish they could be more clear, more sure of themselves, like you. None. No one compares to you. Nothing compares to you. Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you. Sinead O'Connor was Sagittarius. The person who wrote the song, Prince, was a Gemini. You're a queen. We don't have a you. Yeah, we do. You're a queen. You're majestic. You're regal. You're self-possessed. I'm hearing killer queen by queen. Freddie Mercury was a Virgo. Roan. Roni. Rona. Roan. You have a throne. You sit on your throne and you drink your green tea from a bone china teacup, perhaps. Totally random, but I'm seeing Leslie. All we have for Leslie, well, we have the 2 E's, but I'm seeing Leslie. Okay. Haran. Heron. Row. Maybe you were in a sorority when you were in college, or you're in a sorority now. Quentin. San Quentin. If you're watching this reading, you're not incarcerated at San Quentin. So you've got that going for you. You're not at San Quentin. Honey. Maybe this person calls you hun or honey. You could have, if you're a woman, or if you're a man, I guess, I don't know. You could have an hourglass figure. A bombshell figure like Ava Gardner, Marilyn Monroe. You look good naked. Okay. You have gorgeous teeth. Maybe your dad was an orthodontist or a dentist. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's what I see for 4. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I'm always available for private readings. All the info is in every box. I'll be doing an all signs video. Their current feelings, thoughts and feelings, and all signs using my guitar at 2 Cups Too Many Tarot later when I feel like it. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 5, Cinco, here's your reading. Not a paid sponsorship, but I want to give a shout out to this little Etsy shop. I bought these evil eye stones at this shop. Super fast shipping. Okay. A thank you for Kelly's Crystals. Hi friends, thank you so much for your order. Kelly's Crystals is a family-owned shop, and we are so grateful you chose us. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok to watch our mom do funny dances with crystals. Enjoy with love, Rachel, Jess, and Mom. Oh, this will be one of my longer pick-a-cards. We're coming up on 50 minutes. Yeah, the subscriber requested that whenever I do How Does He or She See You, that I do 5 piles instead of 4. So I'm doing 5 piles instead of 4. Ay, ay, Nueve de Espadas, 9 of Swords. El Ermitaño, the Hermit. Reina de Copas, Queen of Cups. Why do you speak Spanish so much? I'm confused. You're white? And you have a Texas accent, so why do you speak Spanish so much? Because I fucking feel like it. Because I love the language. Spanish from Mexico, not so much Spanish from Spain. I got a D in Spanish too at UTSA, but alas, a bitch persists. I also have a Santa Muerte altar, and that's taboo. That's appropriation. If you're white, if you're a gringa, you can't have a Santa Muerte altar. But I have a Santa Muerte altar, so kiss my ass. Four of Cups, Cuatro de Copas, Nine of Swords, Nueve de Espadas, and Three of Wands, Tres de Bastos. And someone left a comment, it's TaRoT, not TaRoT. Yeah, I kind of know that. This is my brand. My brand is emphasis on the Texas accent because I'm a native Texan. And I'm just having fun with the language. So, la-di-da-di, fucking da. I could read boring and generic, and I could read really precise and just stick to English and just stay in my lane, but yeah, that's boring. Rey de Copas, King of Cups, Diez de Oros, Ten of Pentacles, and my personal favorite, the Devil, El Diablo. Love that Capricorn energy. Okay. So, it's confusing because this is so strong. This is so intense. And I'm not sure if this is your person of interest energy or this is how they see you. So I have to make an executive decision here. How am I going to rock this? How am I going to roll with this? How am I going to narrate this spread? Let's see. We have Nine of Swords twice. I'm going to say this is your energy. This is how they see you. It's not how they see themselves. How do they see you? They see you as someone who is chaotic. You're chaotic in your thinking. You're a wild card. You're unpredictable. And that shakes this person up. This scares them a little bit. I saw it in one of the other piles. I saw that the person was scared of you, intimidated. And so I'm seeing that here. They're scared of you. They're intimidated. They feel like they can't rely on you. Who knows what'll come out of your mouth? You know, you could be like me. You're just speaking English and it's modulated and it's even, and then Nueve de Bastos, Nueve de Espadas, Loco. She's loco. Who the hell does she think she is? She's a loco gringa. Loco gringo. Who the hell does this person think they are? Yeah. Perhaps you have fun with language. Maybe you're an NE dom, MBTI term. NE is extroverted intuition. So an NE dom, like an ENTP, they just say whatever. They don't worry about it. The words are out of their mouth. Oops, I went there. I said it. Lo siento. No lo siento. So you have fun. You're playful. You're mischievous. You could have a criminal history. I've been watching a lot of Cops episodes lately. They're not the full episodes. I've been watching a lot of Cops lately at YouTube. And I crack up. It's not nice or kind to laugh at people who are in distress, but it's funny. A lot of times the Cops episodes are hilarious. And the comments just add to the hilarity. So maybe you've been caught riding dirty a few times, or you have a few margaritas, then you get behind the wheel, and the next thing you know, woo, 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 you're getting pulled over and you fail the sobriety test. You know, I have been lucky. I've been lucky. I've never had to go to jail or prison. but that's mostly luck. But I'm older and my luck is, it's running out. And so I don't really drink and I play it pretty clean and I don't leave the house much. But maybe in your past, maybe in your youth, if you're older, your teen years, your 20s perhaps, you got into some things. You got into some trouble. You were messy. Okay. Yeah, they see you as someone who is messy. You got a lot of baggage from previous relationships and you could have a criminal record. And for some, just putting this out there, because that's what I'm picking up in the cards, for some of you who chose 5, this person has had to block you. They feel like your energy is too much to deal with. It's too obsessive. And they want you to just get off their dick or whatever it is they're working with. They want your energy off. Your energy is coming through and they don't want your energy on them. It's too invasive and they're blocking you. They're blocking your energy is what I'm getting for 5. Maybe you were checking up on them obsessively. You were sending them too many direct messages, too many text messages. You were calling them too many times and they finally put a stop to it. For some, there could be a restraining order involved. This person feels like you're never satisfied, you're never happy. So some who chose 5, you could be in the throes of addiction. You could be grappling with love, sex addiction. You could be a raging codependent. You feel like you can't do life on your own. Maybe you go from relationship to relationship and there's no space and there's no time to just breathe in and breathe out and be alone. Do you for a season, you know. Just be with yourself and be happy with who you are. So they see you as someone who is not at peace with yourself. And you could have anger issues. I don't know. You get irritated, you get agitated easily, and you just start talking and raging. And you're very emotional, you're very volatile. That's what I see in these cards. Okay. And I'm seeing an axis. I'm seeing the Virgo Pisces axis. Whenever an axis shows up in a spread, I see a really strong attraction. So I feel like when you and this person were together, because I am feeling like you have history with this person. This is not casual. When you and this person were together, the sex was amazing. The sex wasn't the problem, but you fought a lot. So maybe you had a lot of makeup sex. And I'm seeing perhaps a roller coaster, extreme highs, extreme lows, the carousel from hell, on again, off again. It looks very karmic. I'm seeing dirty karma for 5. So they could have finally said, you know what? I don't care how good the sex is. I can't be on this insane merry-go-round roller coaster from hell anymore. I'm going to love you from a safe distance. And the song I'm hearing is Laid by James, the dirty version, the uncensored version. It's ridiculous that a song like that would even get censored. It's so minimal, but yeah. This bed is on fire with passionate love. The neighbors complain about the noises above, but she only comes when she's on top. My therapist said not to see you no more. She said you're like a disease without any cure. She said I'm so obsessed that I'm becoming a bore. Oh no. Yeah. So it's the energy of finding someone and thinking you found your person. Excuse me, looking at the stove clock, it's 3:03. That's 6. Make a wish, Venus. You think you found your person because the chemistry is off the fucking charts. But then when it gets to the daily grind, the mundane, the day-to-day maintenance of a relationship, that's where it goes off the rails. You two just can't do life together. Maybe you were partners in crime at some point, but when it comes to the mundane, just paying the bills, keeping the lights on, paying the mortgage, the rent, buying groceries at H-E-B, Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, whatever, putting the food on the table. That's where the two of you bump heads and you fight and you can't do life together. MBTI, you could be an ENTP, and this person could be whatever type is not compatible with ENTP. I don't know. I'm not that good at MBTI. I have not even really a basic knowledge of it, but I still talk about it. And I can't speak Spanish, but I still speak it. I don't know, whichever type is not compatible with ENTP, like an ISTJ, perhaps. Or an ESTJ. You just butt heads. You're in conflict. And so, yeah. You get old enough and no amount of good sex is worth this. If someone wrecks your head, if you can't get along, if you can't establish harmony, you gotta bow out. You gotta just walk away. No person on this planet is worth your peace of mind. Now the astro die. We have Jupiter. Jupiter in Libra in the 3rd house. That is the house of Gemini. You both could come from families where you had a lot of siblings. You both have a lot of siblings and you don't have the best relationships with your siblings. And you're just playing out dynamics that were set in place years ago when you didn't have any power, when you were just your parents' pawn. These weird dynamics were set in place, like triangulation. And now you're playing out the same dynamic, something like that. I'm not a psychologist. I play one on YouTube. 1 is Leo. 6 is Venus. 7, that's Pisces. 12, that's 3. Sagittarius, so 3 and 1, 4. 4 is the number making Aquarius the dominant energy. Aquarius is known to be crazy. Yeah. The first astrology book that I read, Linda Goodman's Sun Signs, I was 16. This was in the 80s, Midland, Texas. I think she says somewhere in that book that we've had more Aquarius presidents than any other sun sign, but also we've had a lot of Aquarians on the psych ward. Because Aquarius is it's very unstable. The Uranus energy is very unstable. And if you don't have a lot of other things in your chart that stabilize the Aquarius, it can be problematic. Say you have a lot of Aquarius and Gemini and Pisces in your natal chart, that can definitely be problematic. I have Sun and Venus in Aquarius, Mercury in Pisces, so do the math. Let's see. Ren and Stimpy. I never got into that cartoon. I was more a Beavis and Butthead kind of gal. But I was a theater arts major for a couple of semesters, or just one semester actually, at Texas State, Southwest Texas State, San Marcos in the 90s. All the theater kids, they loved Ren and Stimpy. Broadway, Rent, the Broadway play. Maybe you're a theater kid, or you were a theater kid. E.E. Cummings, the poet, he was a Libra. ER, perhaps you work in the ER. Maybe you're an RN. Hen, You're a mother hen to your friends. Not really getting Cancer vibes, but Tina Marie. We don't have the A. Tina Marie. Okay. ENTP. All we're missing is the P for ENTP. Okay. Ernie. Yeah, Ernesto. Yeah, that's what I have for 5, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.